Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put your hands together for Taff Claudine and his favourite sports jokes. Thank you. You are too kind. You know, at school, when I said I wanted to be a comedian, they laughed at me. Well, they're not laughing now. Over this series of films on my channel, I have picked the best in sports jokes. The best sports jokes for the family, and also the best X-rated ones. Let's waste no more time and take your marks, get set, go! Why does a pitcher raise one leg when he throws the ball? Because if he raised both of them, he'd fall over. I kept wondering why the football was getting bigger. Then it hit me. Why can't basketball players go on vacation? They aren't allowed to travel. An apartment building is on fire and people are at the window screaming for help. Just jump out of the window, a man yells. I'm a cricket player, I can catch you. One smart resident decided to get a bit more information first. Wait, he said, what team do you play for? I play for England, shouts the man. Ah, shrugs the resident. I think I'll take my chances with the fire. Why was the basketball player sitting on the sidelines drawing chickens? The coach had told her to learn how to draw fouls. What's the difference between LeBron James and time? Time actually passes. Why did the football coach go to the bank? To get his quarterback. Why do football players like smart women? Well, you know what they say, opposites attract. How are scrambled eggs and Tottenham Hotspur the same? They've both been beaten a lot. Did you hear John McEnroe went for an audition for the latest Harry Potter film? They turned him down saying, "You cannot be serious." What's harder to catch the faster you run? Your breath, of course. What does a cricketer and a magician have in common? They both do hat-tricks. Soccer is surprisingly relevant to my life. Just consider the lack of goals. What's the difference between England and a tea bag? The tea bag stays in the cup longer. Why can't you play soccer in the jungle? Well, there's too many cheaters. Why should you never date tennis players? To them, love means nothing. I was in the gym earlier and decided to jump on the treadmill. People were giving me weird looks, so I started jogging instead. The boating store was having a big sale on canoes. There were lots of people there. It was quite an ordeal. Why did the golfer wear 2 pairs of pants? In case he got a hole in one. I was playing chess with my friend and he said, let's make this more interesting. So we stopped playing chess. Looking down the stairs at a football game, a fan spots an open seat on the 50-yard line. He asks the man sitting next to it if the seat is taken. No, he replies. I used to take my wife to all the games, but ever since she passed away, I've gone alone. Why don't you invite a friend? I can't, he says. They're all at the funeral. How do you say Floyd Mayweather Jr. in Chinese? Catching. If laziness was an Olympic sport, I would have placed 4th, so I wouldn't have to climb up onto the podium. After Nigeria was unable to win any medals in the Rio Olympics, the Nigerian sports minister personally offered to refund all the expenses of fans that had travelled to Brazil. He said all he needed was the full name, bank account details and PIN numbers to be able to complete the transaction. Have you guys ever tried the new sport of blindfold archery? You don't know what you're missing. A woman goes into a sporting goods store to buy a shotgun. It's for my husband, she tells the clerk. Did he tell you what gauge he wanted? Asks the clerk. Are you kidding, she says. He doesn't even know I'm going to shoot him. Why is suntanning not an Olympic sport? Because the best you can ever get is bronze. What sport is played by angry French people? Lacrosse. I'm sporting a quarantine beard. I didn't like it at first, but now it's growing on me. What are we going to do with all these cancelled sporting events due to COVID? Well, we're going to televise the World Origami Championships live. It will be on pay-per-view. My favourite sport of rugby says a lot about my life. It has a breakdown every 10 seconds, and so do I. I've just bought a £2 million house and a £500,000 sports car with my beautiful wife. And I've just recently signed a new 5-year contract to play for Bayern Munich. Yes, my life has certainly got much better since I took up lying. I'm thinking of taking up a job as a crowd estimator of sporting events. I wonder how many people are in that field. A blind man was describing his favourite sport of parachuting. When asked how this was accomplished, he said that all the things were done for him. I am placed in the door and told when to jump. My hand is placed on my release ring for me, and out I go. But how do you know when you're going to land, he was asked. Well, I have a very keen sense of smell and judgment. I can smell the trees and grass when I'm about 300 feet from the ground, he answered. But how do you know when to lift your legs for the final arrival on the ground, he was asked again. He quickly answered, that, while the dog's leash goes slack. A boxer had written on his tombstone, "You can stop counting now, I'm not getting up." What do you call someone who is bad at sports but likes to participate? A triathlete. Camping is the best extreme sport. It's intense. Why didn't the dog want to play football? Because it was a boxer. Where do old bowling balls end up? In the gutter. How many golfers does it take to change a light bulb? 4! See, doctor, the problem is obesity runs in the family. Doctor, no, the problem is no one runs in your family. I'll never understand how you can come second in a biathlon. I mean, you've got a gun, haven't you? I used to play tennis, basketball, football, chess, but I stopped after my son broke the PlayStation. Golfer, you've got to be the worst caddy in the world. Caddy, I don't think so, sir. That would be too much of a coincidence. A man went to the doctor. Doctor, every night in my dreams I'm playing soccer. The doctor says, take these pills, they will help you sleep better. The man replied, I can't take them tonight. It's the semi-final, I'm playing centre forward. Why do scuba divers fall off the boat backwards? Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be on the boat. Golfer, I think I'm going to drown myself in the lake. Caddy, I don't think you can keep your head down for that long. Do you know what the worst thing about being lonely is? Playing frisbee. Where is the first tennis match mentioned in the Bible? When Joseph served in Pharaoh's court. Golfer, I'd move heaven and earth to break 100 on this course. Caddy, try heaven, you've already moved most of the earth. Bill and Earl are out playing golf. They get to the 17th tee, which overlooks a small lake, and see two guys out on the lake fishing. Bill says, hey Earl, check out those two idiots fishing in the rain. What are the most athletic rodents? Track and field mice. A man rushes into the house and yells to his wife, Martha, Martha, pack up your things. I've won the California State Lottery. Martha replies, shall I pack for warm weather and the beach or cold and skiing? The man replies, I don't care, just so long as you're at the house by noon. A college freshman decided to try out for the American football team. Can you tackle? Asked the coach. Watch this, said the freshman. who proceeded to run smack into the telephone pole, shattering it to splinters. "Wow," said the coach, "I'm impressed. Can you run?" "Of course I can run," said the freshman. He was off like a shot. In just over 10 seconds, he completed the 100-metre dash. "Great," enthused the coach. "But can you pass a football?" The freshman hesitated for a few seconds. "Well, sir," he said, "if I can swallow it, I can probably pass it." The coach says to the players, "There were 20 teams in this league and we were in last place." The player replies, "Well, it could have been much worse." The coach asks, "How?" So the player replies, "There could have been more teams in the league." What do you call two Mexicans playing basketball? Juan on Juan. A bit like the two Spanish firemen, Jose and Jose B. Sorry, I know it's not sport. Golfer. The doctor says I can't play golf. Caddy. Oh, so he too has played with you. A boxer goes to the doctor complaining of insomnia. "Have you tried counting sheep?" asks the doctor. "It doesn't work," replies the boxer. "Every time I get to 9, I stand up." My grandmother started walking 5 miles a day when she was 60. She's 95 now and we've got no idea where she is. What time does Rafa Nadal go to bed? Tennis. I think that it's better to give than to receive. You have a very generous thinking. Are you a humanitarian? No, I'm a boxer. Golfer. My wife says if I don't stop playing golf, she's going to leave me. Caddy. I'm sure you will miss her terribly, sir. I phoned the local gym and asked if they could teach me how to do the splits. He said, "How flexible are you?" I said, "Well, I can't make Tuesdays, Thursdays or Fridays, but I'm probably okay for Mondays." Golfer. Well, Caddy, do you like my game? Caddy. Very good, sir, but I personally prefer golf. Coach. Is your bad play due to ignorance or apathy? Player. I don't know and I don't care. Thank you once again. Really, you are too kind. Really, thank you. If you've enjoyed these jokes, check out my other films for more family jokes and also those X-rated ones. If you have enjoyed this video on my channel, please show your support by liking it and subscribing. Check out www.tavclaudain.com for the best in sports facts, podcasts, jokes, quotes, quizzes, and much more.